Good morning everyone. It is Pentecost Sunday, the 5th of June, and as you can see I'm back on the Camino after 4 days resting. It's absolutely fantastic to be back on the trail again, heading towards Santiago. My feet are not doing too badly, but I do need to be cautious with them, especially my right foot. I don't want to cause any further damage. But I've made good progress so far. It's a little bit overcast today, but that's nice. It makes good walking conditions. And I estimate I'm about 5 kilometers from my overnight destination, Santiago Domingo. So hopefully I should be there within an hour or so. So yes, really good just to be out on the Camino. I must admit I find the stopping, waiting not very good. I like to be on the move, and I just feel so much better in myself now that I'm making my way once more on the Camino, and just hoping and praying that I'll manage. In fact, if I turn the camera around, you can see my destination. It's just over the hill, so very close now. So this is where I'm heading, Santiago. No, Santo Domingo. This is the crypt of the cathedral in Santo Domingo. Some interesting murals, and this is the grave of Santo Domingo. But what caught my attention is this mural depicting the Magi. So this is a sight you don't normally see in a cathedral, a live chicken coop, and it might not be very clear from the video, but there is at least one, if not 2 chickens in there. In fact, you can just hear them. And the reason that is there is because of a legend associated with this town. So this town built up supporting pilgrims, started by Saint Dominic, hence its name. And there was a story that there was a German family on pilgrimage to Santiago, parents and a young man, and they stayed in an inn, and the young man was propositioned by a maiden, and he turned down her advances, and she was so upset by this that she put some of the silver from the church into his personal belongings and told the authorities, and they arrested him, found the silver. He was put on trial and he was executed in the centre of the town. He was hung to die. His parents were understandably devastated, but they continued on their pilgrimage to Santiago, and then sometime later on their return home they came through the town, and much to their surprise they discovered that their son, who was still hanging, his body was still hanging there, was alive. And he told them that the saint had held him there and kept him alive. And the parents went and told the authorities, the magistrates. And when the magistrate heard this, he was actually frying 2 hens, and he said, "That young man is about as alive as these chickens are that I'm cooking." And suddenly the chickens jumped off the barbecue and started running around. And indeed the young man was found alive. So that's the legend, and they've kept chickens in the cathedral ever since. And the chickens, or the cock and the rooster more accurately, feature on the coat of arms of Santo Dominic. Saint Dominic here in Spain. So a rather unusual legend story. One thing I didn't mention is that those chickens that are kept in the chicken coop in the cathedral apparently are descendants of the original 2 chickens that came back to life, or at least that's what they claim. Anyway, I'm now in the convent of San Francisco here in St. Domingo, inside the convent church of San Francisco. So I'm now leaving the La Rioja region and entering into the region of Leon and Castile. So this is a bit of a milestone on the trek to Santiago. So I'm now into the Leon and Castile region of Spain. I've left the Rioja region behind. So significant little milestone on the Camino. This region, which is a large region, contains 60% of Spain's cultural and historic artifacts, and containing some of Spain's most beautiful and historic cities. And I'll be travelling through hopefully 1 or 2 of these cities on my way to Santiago. So yeah, new region of Spain. And what is noticeable is that I'm leaving the mountains behind and I'm going to be heading to a great plain area. It's quite high here. The plain that I'll be on in a couple of days' time is over 1,000 meters high, so over 3,000 feet, but it's a very flat plateau, and so that'll be where I'm entering. Some people apparently skip that part, some people find it the least interesting, but I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like. Apparently it's an area where there isn't very much shade, so we'll see what it's like. There are also a few very long stretches of walking to do, but today's walk is not too long, it's only 22 kilometers, so hopefully should reach my destination by midday.